What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Subscribe, like. Please. The goal is to get that first 1,000, man. All right. Today, I am going to be reacting to a clip from Fresh and Fit. This was the episode where they had Tommy Sotomora, or I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name, man. But I've heard of his name in this space, but I never really was able to put a face to a name, and to finally see who this man was in the flesh and seeing him on Fresh and Fit. And just hearing the things that he had to say, man, was pretty eye-opening, man. It lets me know that, you know what I mean, there's no such thing as too much knowledge. Because when he's talking about it in this video, just to put y'all up on what's going on, he's pretty much discussed how women, particularly black women, replaced the black men with the government. Now, you know how you always hear these women making the government they daddy, or the government is their husband now. This is pretty much what that's in reference to. So I found it very eye-opening, man, the things that he said, because even I never looked at these things, you know, and connected the dots. But, you know, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and, you know, I'll stop, pause, get my thoughts on it, and we're gonna go from there. All right, let's get it.
Beat them, some of them killed themselves or revolted because they weren't used to this. But here's the problem: the ones who were left that kept producing children, they were all born with slavery. They thought slavery was normal. They were born into being slaves. So that's what you had after the 60s. The 60s, first off, produced a bunch of people that came from families, and they weren't used to that. But you had women who said, I could struggle with you, or I could take this money that the government's giving me, and all I got to do is sleep with you. I can have your kid and then kick you out. So it seemed like a good idea for them. Now, the first generation, it was difficult. But our generation, well, my generation then y'all's, because y'all younger than me, y'all are so used to seeing fatherless men that we don't have a problem with leaving our children, because who cares that a man's not there? That's normal. As a matter of fact, girls get together and commiserate. Look online. They all commiserate on the idea of being single mothers, strong, and don't need no man.
Independent.
Yep. So they go out of their way to serve, to commiserate their struggle with each other, that we got a baby daddy and he ain't shit. And I always ask people, if you sleep with a man, and he ain't shit, and you still produce his kid, what does that say about you?
Exactly. Bro, you chose the nigga.
Yes.
You chose the guy that was deadbeat, and you complain about him. Like, whose fault is that?
Exactly. If I sleep with a bunch of hoes, I can't get mad at them hoes for being hoes when I slept with them. If I knock up a bunch of hoes, apparently I like sleeping with a bunch of hoes raw. Deal with it. Then if you think about it, they love to tell us to man up. But what don't they tell themselves?
Woman up.
Woman up. That is not a thing, to woman up, and it should be. Because if you have the ability, and just to talk about what you talked about, you said that now you can go to jail, or they're trying to fight for this law that if I lie to you and tell you anything that happens to be not true and you sleep with me, it's like a form of
grape.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then why is it that it's not called that when people go and you throw your condom away and they go in there and get the turkey baster and impregnate themselves?
Shout to Drake.
Yep.
Drake just did, you saw the article with Drake, the hot sauce?
Yes.
Man, my nigga said, no, hell no.
You triggered my trap card.
Fact detect.
Right. But think about it. My pussy parts. Like, look at it. If I...
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Be honest with you, I thought about doing a video on the whole Drake thing, man, but I mean, touching on it real quick, man. I mean, for those that don't know, there's a woman out there that's trying to sue Drake for hurting her lady parts because he decided to put hot sauce in a condom after they had relations, and now she's trying to sue him. I'm like, this goes to show you how entitled women have become. Women have become so entitled that they feel as if they have the right to take a used condom, take your sperm, put it inside of them so they can get impregnated by you just because they know you well off. But when that plan didn't go through, now you're suing him for doing something you ain't had no business doing in the first place. But to hit on what he was saying, man, I mean, that's crazy, man, to think that. That's why this is when I started learning these things, man, about female nature and how the womanist movement has, made women, look up to the government more than their own men and their own culture and race. It makes me realize, like, you know what? I can no longer have sympathy or empathy for women. It's like, what I've noticed, the more I learn about female nature, the less empathy I have for women, and that resentment goes up. Now I'm like, now the resentment comes from, I don't know, that's those are things you can control, man. I mean, you don't ever want to, as a man, you don't ever want to be looked at as a misandrist. Well, or should I say misogynist, or whatever the case may be. Who knows, man? I'm like there's probably women out here. There's probably women out there who watch this or know me in real life, and they probably think I'm a misogynist because of the way that I think now. But I'm like, I just find it funny how things that women want out of a man tend to fall under what would be considered misogynist. Like, 'cause it's one thing that I've learned, man, and I might have to do some searching, but I was just watching MANOSPHERE highlights, and he was doing a breakdown of the Harlem, that Harlem show that's on Netflix, and the way he broke down this one episode in particular where Megan the Good's character introduces the guy she been sleeping with to her friends, and they pretty much vetted him, and just, I'm like, the way he went about it, it was just like straight pandering. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, the way that whole scene played out, I'm like, so you mean to tell me women just want a man who thinks like a woman? It's like, y'all really don't. I'm like, y'all don't even want men then, for real. It's crazy, man. But yeah, he's right. I mean, I've been saying this for the longest, man. Ever since the you know what movement started, man, women have been incentivized to leave the father behind for the sake of a check. Because at the end of the day, the government ain't trying to help y'all pay for these babies. I mean, it is what it is, man. But I know one thing that'll kill this problem. Quit giving women child support for having children out of wedlock. I bet you that'll shut all that down. Like, good God, man, y'all got like 30 different forms of birth control, man. Y'all over here having kids with guys that aren't even good long term, and then half of the time these guys are telling you they don't want the baby and y'all still have the baby, and then the first thing y'all do is turn around and shit on these guys. Like, man, that shit ain't right, bro. It ain't cool. All right, let's continue.
And I take
This is Myron's kid. Myron Jr.
I can't do this shit.
Yeah, because there's this girl that came on the show.
Oh, Lord.
Trying to say I got her pregnant, bro. And she went on everyone's podcast saying, yeah, I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, he's fucking with me now saying Myron Jr.
But yeah, think about it. If I have sex with a woman and I have a condom on when I start and I take it off, one, they call it stealthing, and two, I can be arrested for it.
Yeah.
But she can stick holes in my condom and there's no repercussion.
Wow.
A woman can say that a baby that she has is yours. The first thing they do is they put you on child support, and then they go and see if the baby's really yours. But they tell you have that option, but what we're starting out doing is we're putting your ass on the clock.
Yeah.
When they find out the baby isn't yours, does she go to jail?
No.
Nope.
Nothing happens.
Nope. So how do we have a situation where we as men don't fight against this? And lastly, when you have these women fighting people like Chris Brown and stuff, getting $20,000 and $30,000 a month in child support, I'm gonna say two things to y'all, and it should shock you. Medical malpractice has a cap on it. Somebody can kill you because they eating Cheetos while they were giving you heart surgery. There's a cap on how much
hot Cheetos.
Right. There's a cap. There's a cap on how much you can get from them for their negligence. But there's no cap on child support. How is there no cap on child support? And I'm not capping. Not the cap.
Just kidding. No, that's facts, so that's true.
And then finally, if money is that damn important that you need $20,000 from Chris Brown to give your broke ass, why not give Chris Brown the kid? Because he wouldn't ask you for a dime, broke bitch.
Bam.
Man, there you have
That's
it.
true.
Give the man with the money the kid. Why take the money from him? Because it's a scheme, and that's what go back to the 60s. The whole thing was men make money, and the government's job is to take money, because we're all slaves. We pay them. That's why they take taxes from us regardless. We're their slaves. Who makes the most money? Men do. Men make the most money, so what you need is a wealth transfer. Who spends the most money in the United States?
Women.
Women. 70% of all commercials that you see on TV are directed towards whom?
Women.
Women. So they spend the most money. Now what they're trying to do is make it to where men don't want to be men, so they're turning all the boys into little girls. And when the boy becomes a little girl, what does he start doing? Spending, just like women. Wealth transfer is you want to get that money out of that man's hand and put it into the spender's hands, not the savers. And men, we save.
Yeah. Women are 80% of the consumer base.
Yep.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? They make 80% of the purchases and consume. And that's just how it is. They're less likely to save money, etc. So women value experiences more than wealth a lot of the time.
Even marriage, you go buy a ring, 30, 40K.
Our ring be $8.
Yeah, and then she wants
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Yeah, you go buy a dress for her, you pay for the wedding. Before you know it, you're out like 100K plus, and you haven't even dated, you haven't even been married for like a day.
And for all those out there right now that are saying, oh my God,
How dare you?
this is a bunch of...
Misogyny.
Nope, these are facts. 80% of the consumer base is women. And I didn't know that 70% of commercials are tailored towards women.
Wow.
That makes sense, because if you look at commercials in the West, what do they always do? They illustrate the man as some bumbling idiot. The woman is an intelligent one. She knows what's going on. Even in popular TV, they were starting to do this, with like Married and Children, The Simpsons, Friends. All the guys are idiots.
Family
the girls
Guy.
are smart. Family
American
Guy.
Dad. The guy is a dummy.
Perfect. Yeah, every single time.
And here's what you got to think about too. Men don't just run around trying to get married. Like if you tell me you get married, I'm like, man, your boy ain't gonna just. We gotta go out there. No, we just think you sure you want to do this. You sure you want to do this. But so women are the main ones pushing for marriage. But guess who's the main ones pushing for the divorce after the marriage? Women. 70% of all marriages end because the woman petitioned to have it end.
Yeah.
Why? Because they've been incentivized to do so because of the wealth transfer. Dr. Dre just had to give a woman who signed a prenup $100 million. She signed a prenup. She still got $100 million from this man.
That's crazy.
Bro, I mean, yeah, and we covered that divorce case, and it's ridiculous, bro. Like,
Yo, he's worked his whole life for that empire.
She didn't make now beat. She didn't hit the MPC. Didn't hit it one time.
she's a lawyer allegedly,
Right.
which
Yes.
means she probably passed the bar and never worked.
Oh, but
If that.
But here's Dr. Dre's fault. Because guess who she was married to before she married him?
Who?
A dude named Sadale Threet. And if you guys look him up, y'all young, so y'all don't know. He used to play for the LA Lakers. So she was married to him, divorced him, and took his money.
Oh, shoot.
I did not
She
know
divorced him to get with.
that. Dre.
So there's a trail. Damn.
Wow.
Just like if you get Brittany Renner pregnant. I know it's difficult. I know I'd have a hard time pulling out. But you can't then get mad when she got your baby and she's on YouTube clowning you.
Damn.
You can't get mad. We are willing as men.
Happened to me too. I
Yeah.
was like, damn it.
But think about it.
But it was Cap though, thank God.
Well, think about it. We as men, though, we're doing this to ourselves. We know the rules, and we're still doing it. And you know why? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's easier to have men who were raised by women show the ultimate amount of respect for women. Because if they had fathers, fathers would tell them, look out for this. But mothers don't tell their sons, you know, I used to be a hoe. That's how I trapped your daddy. Look out for women like me.
Yeah, they don't.
But what do fathers do with their daughters? We quick to tell our daughters, don't be no nigga like me. I did this wrong. I tell my daughter all the time, I ain't shit.
But daddy ain't shit.
Yeah, look, I ain't shit.
I ain't shit.
Yeah, you gotta let them know I ain't shit. Cause you want to protect your seed.
Yeah.
You don't want them to go down the same road you went down. Mothers will lie to their damn children. They will lie and act like in what's the movie Back to the Future, where the mother acted like she had never did anything wrong, but they went back in the past and found out she was straight hoe. But that's what women do. They will lie to keep their virtue. Well, men, we're not worried about that. Our job is to move forward. We will kill ourselves to make sure our children don't have to work as hard as we did.
Man,
And that's why they want to take men out of the house. Because once men are out of the house, the government becomes the daddy.
Yeah.
The government can come in at any point in time and tell you what to do. And right now, you can see it during the pandemic. These women are dependent upon checks from the government to live.
Man, what is the chat saying, man?
I gotta find his YouTube channel, man. Dude, he dropped so much knowledge right there, man. Like, first time I watched this clip, I was just like, wow. I mean, cause I knew of all this stuff, but to actually connect the dots and see, you know, why women would be incentivized to make this choice instead of doing what's best for the children. It all makes sense now, man. Are women, particularly single moms, incentivized? Well, let me word this better. Are women incentivized to be single moms because it's been portrayed as a better option for them to do it on their own because it makes them feel better? That's a really good question, man. It's a really good question, man. I don't want to say it makes me look at single motherhood in a different light, but it definitely makes me look at single motherhood I want to say more, oh man, it's definitely definitely makes me look at things, you know, in a different perspective for sure. Yeah, he dug deep in that one, man. Yeah, man, that's my question, man, for anybody watching and that's in the comments, man. What are your thoughts? Do you think women are incentivized to become single mothers nowadays? Because the way he explained it, man, makes a hell of a lot of damn sense. And I'm a big conspiracy theorist too, man, because you know what I mean, that's a whole nother story, man. But yeah, man, he spit some facts. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end that here. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. Oh yeah, and by the way, I don't know if I got anybody. Well, I know one person for sure that I know that watches that that's from the same city that I'm from. Can I get a who day? My boy's going to the Super Bowl. My man Joey B. All right, man. I know y'all don't care, man. All right, y'all. Deuce.